Welcome to Digging with Deej. A few weeks ago, I was at the Metropolitan Detroit Antique Bottle Club show and sale in Royal Oak and got to meet some bottle collectors. I heard their stories and they shared their tips for new bottle collectors, beginners. Well, how did you get started? You two live near me, I think is what they said. What area are you from?
Linden Fenton.
Yes. So I'm Genesee, Goodrich area.
Okay.
So.
We're Genesee County.
Yep. Some beautiful specimen bottles here. Look at that. I'm surprised. I thought it would be worth more than that. I've been digging in a dump that's got, it's like a dark slate gray. I'm wondering if it's a lead based. I found a handle. I reconstruct them if I find all the pieces and then donate them to museums for that area. So I don't have all the pieces to the new one that I've been digging. So I've got 5 of them though, and they're big chunks. So hopefully I'll find the rest of them. So how did you get started in this?
Oh, a friend of mine got me started in this years ago.
And that if you were to give somebody some advice on how to start collecting bottles, what would be your best tip?
I tell you, there's so much to it that, yeah.
Start small?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Condition the bottle, you know, size, color, there's so much to it that.
So do your research.
Research.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've been in bottles over 50 years. We're learning every day about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still out there in the trenches trying to dig them. So.
It's fun digging.
Oh, it is. I love it.
You never know what you're going to dig up. It's all history.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye. Look at that. That's beautiful. And a bell. Eastman Kodak Company. That's chemicals for developing. Look at that giant teal bottle. Wow. Wow. Interesting glass, you guys. Interesting bottles. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that owl. Wow. It's a food jar. That's beautiful.
They put either candy in it or something like that. Be like a toy or
Right.
something to remember from.
Yep.
But it's considered, it's in the fruit jar book.
Wow. I'm going to have to invest in some books.
Hey, there ain't nobody selling it here today, but the guy that sells it has that up here.
I have got a handle. Whoops, sorry. I've got a handle. I've got a handle to a jug. It's even bigger than this. In the car that I was going to bring in and have somebody take a look at it. Whoa, what is that? Is that a glass powder horn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Got a cork.
Wow.
You can open it up.
That's what I've got my hands full with this cookie. That's a little candy jar with the phone. Very cool. Wow. Horlicks. Some beautiful items. This mason jar right here. I have dug in an 1830 cellar hole. I have dug a 5-gallon bucket of shards. Never found a single whole one. Never dug a hole one, just all shards.
Anyhow, there you go. Now you owe me $4.50.
Look at these beauties.
This year I had to bring 11. They're down to 34.
Lydia Pinkham.
You might have to go to a school gym.
These heavy wood ones, they got a place in Roseville that you can
Jamaican ginger.
folding ones in half, and I'm like,
Ooh, that didn't sound good. Sarsaparilla? Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, I got some of those 6-footers that collapsible, which are great.
6-footers are nice.
Yeah, you gotta have the 8-foot.
Halsey Brothers. Superior. Triturations? Chicago. Never heard of that one. Another Lydia Pinkham's. There's a purple. Turning purple. Atlanta, Cincinnati. Ah, that is a long name. I can't say that. It's turning purple. Oh. There's a perfume, I think. That's a perfume bottle, I think, with a stopper. Uh-oh. Oh, the stopper comes out.
I get $12.
Very cool. There's an apple green, something or other. Pond's Extract. It's an apple green. Look at all these bottles. That's like a reddish amber up there. Look at that. Very interesting. Oh, look at those flasks. There's a purplish, clear, aqua strap side.
They've done like the bathroom floors with them and stuff. Things in bars.
E. Marcotte, Taunton, Mass. And there's more on the ground. Wowzers. Oh, what's this? Sullivan's of Battle Creek, Michigan. United Dairies. Do not see where that's from. It's a Saginaw bottle. John Stafford, Saginaw, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Ypsilanti, Michigan. That's a wonky bottle. That bottle's crooked looking. And there's that jar that I just bought at another table. Oh, it's one thing I was looking for was what do you call them? Bottle stoppers. I didn't see anybody with bottle stoppers. Is that a coffin-shaped flask, maybe? Kind of, sort of.
But sometimes they can have a negative effect also.
Hi, you want to introduce yourself, Mike?
Hi, I'm Mike Bradzik, president of Detroit Bottle Club and show chairman of this madness. Yep, and a lot of people showed up here. That was great. We have 45 sales tables, and I don't know how many dealers, because some of them got 2 tables, some got 3, some got 1.
I think quite an array of bottles. This is my very very first bottle show. So
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, so I really enjoyed myself. So
He's one of those underwater bottle
Yeah,
finders.
he's an underwater bottle diver.
Yes, I am. That's what got me started.
Uh
Generally started looking for bottles, diving.
huh. How did you really get started bottle collecting, though?
Well, my dad brought them home from my grandmother's house in Hamtramck. They were kind of interesting, and they were always on top of the fridge, and they always were like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then one time we were fishing, land fishing, shore fishing with my dad over by Mount Clemens there, Lake St. Clair, and the fish weren't biting, so my brother and I went hiking in the back area, and we found the dredging piles from the Clinton River.
Oh
There
wow.
were bottles in there. I remember we found Tiger Bottling from Detroit, and Champion Brewery, and
Oh my
a
gosh.
bunch of other Detroit stuff. And we were all just like, ooh.
Ooh.
Of course, then you started looking at it. These all came out of the water. Oh, we got to get in the water sometime eventually. So
Right.
we became divers.
Oh wow. Very interesting. You've got some beautiful specimen bottles for sure.
About 5,000 at home in the collection.
Oh my gosh.
Wayne, Oakland, St. Clair, and Macomb counties.
Wow. Wow. So I started bottle dump digging at my grandfather's. So beautiful show. Thank you so much for letting me film.
I tried asking a few guys that said ACL, I said, did you sell this to somebody? And they all said no, so I couldn't find it. And I figured I'd give it to you in case somebody asked you later.
Hey, Badger. Wisconsin. Did you guys Jim? Priestley? Who's that guy right next to you?
He's a big ACL.
Some cool keepers. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Okay, hold on a minute. I got this bottle. Okay. So, these are primarily what? Beer bottles. So you collect beer bottles, Bruce? And sell them?
From all over the country.
Uh-huh. So how did you get started collecting?
I lived back in St. Louis, and I had a house with a swimming pool. When you have a swimming pool, you have guests that you don't know.
Right.
And one day, one of those guests came over and he noticed our bookshelves. We bought some old antique bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "You got some old bottles on there," which we had bought to be accents for the bookshelves.
Right.
We bought them in an antique show for $3 a piece,
Uh-huh.
like 5 bottles.
Right.
He says, "Well, I've got a friend that collects bottles." And he said, "He might be interested. Do you mind if I show him to him?" I said, "Yeah."
Right.
So he comes back 2 or 3 days later and he says, "Well, yeah, my friend likes your bottles. He'll give you $25 for this one, and 20 for that. and 30
Whoa.
for this one." I said, "I paid $3 each." I said, "No, I'm a bottle collector."
Oh, geez. You realize there was money in bottles.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially if you could get them for $3 each. That's unusual nowadays. Right.
Collected for over 50 years.
Uh-huh. Wow. So if you could give somebody a tip that was just starting out, and you're going to have to speak up. It's getting loud here. What would be that tip on somebody just starting to collect?
Well, a good tip would be to come to shows so that you could see the diversity of bottles and glass that's available. So that you could then specialize, because if you don't, there's so much out there that,
Yeah.
You could just wind up going in too many different directions.
Right. Right.
But specialize, and then even if you, like I specialize in beer bottles,
Uh-huh.
but I further specialize in keeping ones that have their original closures on.
Right.
And if you don't discipline yourself that way, it's just too wide open.
Right. Right. That makes sense. A lot of these have stamp writing on them.
Yeah.
Spidell and Company, Boston, Mass. Phillips Brothers, Baltimore, Maryland. My boyfriend's from Maryland.
That way, when they were in cases, they had these bottles
Uh-huh.
in wooden cases. A lot of times they mixed from different brewers in the same case. So you could look down
And see what was what. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's part of the enjoyment of collecting is to understand the history of how these bottles evolved, what the packaging was like.
Right. Right. Well, thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate it. You're in Waterford. Do you have a business card? Okay, if you could, I could get that from you. That'd be great. You could do it. Can you explain what the dots mean on a snuff jar, or do you consider that a bottle or a jar?
It's called a snuff jar,
Okay.
but the dots indicate how the blowers were paid at the end of the day or the end of the week. If it was their signature was 3 dots or 2 dots or 1 dot, that day, that particular blower would blow the jar and then set it aside, and then the owners of the glass factory would pay him for 24, 25 jars that he blew.
Oh, wow.
That's what the dots
That's what the dots are for. Thank you so much. I used to collect cobalt and white granite ware for years. Whole box, $5. What? Oh, that one's not a slick. Bangor Chemical Company. Marine and Company. No. Huh. Tiny, tiny. What are these? Oh, that's a little perfume. Whole box, $5. Philadelphia. For home use. Hires household extract. And it's got a flash crack or something in there. Wow. If I missed anyone's table at the bottle show, it was not intentional. I will look for new dealers at the next show. See you in Flint in the spring. If you're looking for more treasure hunting adventures, please check out some assorted playlists on different types of treasure hunting that I've created for replay. Get out and find your treasure, folks. It's just out there waiting. See you soon.